Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North America, or wherever you may find yourself. I'm Silver Sterling, and are you ready for a mystery? Hexaco Motor Oils presents the Hexaco Mystery Radio Hour, sponsored by Hexaco. Tonight, we bring you tales from the gritty streets of Chicago with Gunn for Hire.
Life can be a lot like a carnival ride. Kind of entertaining, but most of the time you just go in circles. Of course, a lot depends on which ride you choose. A Ferris wheel is nice, uneven balance of highs and lows, with some pretty views in between. And if you're lucky, you get someone special to sit in the car with you for the ride. Then, of course, some of us choose the roller coaster. It moves fast, then slow, makes you laugh and scream at the same time, balanced between moments of sheer joy and abject terror. Well, for the 4 members of our gang, they hit a bit of a slow patch. After ditching the scene where Cheryl got stabbed and having Benny and Calvin beat feet, the crew went their separate ways for a bit. Grace Gunn just decided to lay low, trying to figure out just what the hell, or maybe who the hell happened to her. And if it wasn't her, then who the hell was this Cheryl, and where the hell was this Palook with the bushy lip sweater? It's another case of hell for this Private Jane to work on, but she may have to stick a pin in it. Her dance card's full. Irving didn't have that luxury. Our man with the camera had to get back to work. He set to developing the photos on Mumphrey Teller's camera, and then plucking some low-hanging pics of Chi-Town's glitz and glamour. It's not his preferred MO, but it puts silver in his fingers. But all's not peaches and roses for this flash boy. Irving's still feeling gaps in time, not to mention plenty of moments when he swears he did something, then finds out he didn't. Or did he? And Bam Bam? Well, his night terrors came back with a vengeance. So he tried to clear his head and hit the gym, but it didn't clear much. Even though the boxing match against Curly Braces isn't for a few more weeks, the fight's already started between these 2 punch boys, playing the mental game. And what about Miles Pike? Well, we'll get to him soon enough, but let's just say he had work to do. And that's where we stand, 2 days on the slow part of their little roller coaster. And just as you can be sure that Marshall Fields will have this season's what to wear, you can count on the fact that our gang is headed up that coaster lift hill right quick. As far as what you see on Mumphrey's camera roll, with a couple of exceptions in regards to location, within all that particular section of Chicago that you're running around in, a lot of the photos look similar. It looks like he got a couple of good shots, and they may have been from different angles, but they are also still a bit blurry. But as you look, you see some similar details in regards to parts that are really in focus. And it looks, again, like it could either be teeth or perhaps claws, which for some reason really stick out. And he got about the same, you got 2 shots of this thing, right?
Yeah, one where I caught him as he was coming around. And I think there was 2, yes. But there was one big one, which was the one that he disappeared from.
Gotcha. He actually got a similar amount of shots. One is at a kind of a profile angle where he gets about the first half to 3/4 of whatever this is. The second one is, and you can tell just by the background, It looks like he followed it around a corner and got essentially like the last half of, again, whatever this is. Then there was, it looks like it's coming toward him in his direction. Like he was able to cut it off at a certain alley. But on that particular one, make me a notice roll.
I can do that, which I raised. Didn't help me at all.
There you go.
Someday, Irving, I'll stop being blind. I'll just raise it to like D12 or something.
A blind photographer? What?
Yeah.
Brad likes challenging characters. And then the rest of the photos that are on the roll are actually pretty mundane. However, it looks like Mumphrey may have been, you don't know if he was hired by some sort of private eye or something, but a lot of these photos look like they are photos of clandestine meetings of the more romantic nature, either cheating on someone or getting involved in something that they shouldn't, or maybe they are going to be used for blackmail photos. You don't know. But either way, that's what's on there. You don't recognize any of the faces right away. We'll say it's probably late afternoon the second day. Miles himself, he had to go and absolutely go and do some reporting back to his organization, had some stuff to do in regards to O'Reilly's stuff. So he knew that this might take a little bit of time, so he was probably going to be incommunicado for the next few days. But he absolutely said that he would get back to you whenever it was possible. So it's late afternoon. That near the end of that second day, where do we all find ourselves at this point in time?
2 days is a little long to go without hearing from Grace, so he's gonna find his feet taking him to her office to check in on her, see if she's there, and if not there, head to her apartment.
I am going to start looking for buyers for the creature photos. Specifically, the tabloid magazine All That Jazz, where I know both the owners and perhaps might meet them for a drink or two and say, hey, have I got a story for you? Found Mumphrey's final shots, that sort of thing.
Ooh, okay.
The missing photos we didn't know were missing.
Yeah, and several photos maybe that they might have a better idea who the celebrities are and where, short of blackmail, I can make up money out of it.
Grace, what about you?
I'm kind of mostly have come out of that shock of what's happened, but not enough to actually want to go into the office. So I've been doing stuff, but I just haven't left my apartment.
Gotcha. All right.
You don't live in the office?
Contrary to popular belief, Irving.
Oh, so that's why he could never find you at the office when he's looking for you.
Darn. I've let my secret out.
He just thought you were out on cases this whole time.
Maybe not.
Bam Bam, when you get to, are you taking the stairs or are you taking the elevator?
Stairs.
All right. You pass a couple of people in the stairs and you do actually find at one point you're coming up to the landing that's going to be the last landing before you get up to Grace's floor. And you come around the corner and there is this crumpled heap of a man just kind of laying there. He's half sitting, half laying, and you can smell it right away. You can smell the cheap booze coming off of him. He stirs a little bit, or as your footfalls land on the top there, and you see like one eye sort of like flicker open, and he just sees you, regards you there, and then the eye begins to close.
You been here all day?
What?
You been here all day?
Yeah, I think so. You,
Did you have anything to eat yet today?
No, no. Man, you got anything on you?
I'll pass him a buck. Pulls a buck out of his pocket. Just kind of tosses it at the guy, not getting too close because of the whole smell. And get you a warm meal. not liquid. And then he'll head on up the stairs.
Hey, hey, thanks, mister. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Kind of hear rustling a little bit as he readjusts his pose. And you round you reach the top of the stairs, round the corner, come down the hallway towards Grace's office. And you can tell as you're getting up there that she clearly is not in there. There's no lights or anything coming on from inside. There is resting, though, on her door handle. Looks like there's an envelope of some sort. It's just kind of leaning, balanced on there.
Let me go check it out.
You get there, and it's just looks like a handwritten. It's not addressed to her or anything. It's just handwritten on there, and it just says Ms. Gunn on the front.
Hate envelopes like that.
Well, I guess I'm playing mail carrier today. Tommy will pocket the letter, head out to her apartment.
I'm going to imagine, Grace, you probably don't live that far away from your place, or have we established that?
Just a couple of blocks.
A couple of blocks. Tommy, you reach her place, not a problem. It's easy enough to get there. When you do come back down the stairs, by the way, that guy is gone, and you can't see him anywhere on the street when you come out. It's a little on the cold side today. Most of the snow and everything is either pushed off to the side or is melting, or has melted. But it doesn't take you any time at all to reach Grace's place.
Tommy pulls his hat down, tightens his tie just a little bit, regretting giving away his coat. Really needs to find another one. Knocks on Grace's apartment door.
Who is it?
U.S. mail.
What?
It's Tommy.
What are you doing here? As I open the door.
Somebody left a letter at your office. Thought I'd bring it to you.
Thanks. Motion for him to come in and take the envelope. I am opening said envelope, not really paying a whole lot of attention.
Tommy, who hasn't really been to Grace's apartment, is just kind of looking around, taking it all in, seeing if there's alcohol anywhere.
It's in the fridge, Tommy.
Helps himself.
This was just on my door?
Yeah.
Okay, so I open the envelope.
You can open the envelope. All right.
Good job opening Pandora's box.
I'm in good company then, right?
You open the note, and it just simply says, Ms. Gunn, I stopped by Tuesday to see if there had been any progress on my brother's case. He still is missing, and our concern grows daily. Please let me know as soon as you find something. I appreciate it. Thank you, Willie.
Take a deep breath, being reminded of things that I've let slide, and just kind of flip the note to the floor and go join Bam Bam in the kitchen, getting some liquid encouragement for the rest of the day. Of course, it's late enough. I don't have to worry about that. So,
I'm kind of curious. I'm going to put you on the spot just a little bit, Jill, because I want to know a little bit more about Grace. Describe her apartment to me. Like, how is it furnished? Is it clean? Is it messy? What kind of place does she keep?
Mostly clean, but it's a little on the cluttery side. She tends just to come in and drop stuff. But the floors are swept. I'm not going to say things are dusted because, heck, I don't even do that. And you are putting me on the spot because I haven't had to think about this yet.
Well, let me put it to you this way, so you don't have to make a permanent commitment.
No.
What is the condition of her apartment right now?
Well, I would say it's pretty cluttered. The furnishings are sparse. I mean, they're there, and they're what you would expect to find, like a couch, but things are very simple. But yes, given the turn of events for the last couple of days, she hasn't really cared about the state of her apartment because, hey, nobody usually comes to visit.
Does she have any personal mementos either to people in her family or people in her life anywhere, like either on the walls or on an end table?
Similar in nature to some of the artifacts she has in her office. She has, was it grandma or great grandma? Victoria. Grandma. some of her artifacts, more of just that because they're mementos of Grandma, not necessarily because they're like a Young and Holt reference. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, it is a Young and Holt reference, but that's not why she kept it.
Right. It
was
has more
Grandma's.
to do. It has more to do with Victoria than it does Young and Holt.
Yes.
There's a question from me. Was she close to Victoria?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so. Grandma actually encouraged her as a child to, think out of the box, if you will. Encourage her to think on her own. And because of kind of that nature of inquisitiveness that Grandma had, that kind of carried over to Grace and her wanting to know everything, find out details, help people out, that kind of stuff. So yes, to answer your question very succinctly, Brad, yes, they were very close. So there are some artifacts in her apartment from her grandma, but like I said, it's pretty sparse.
Two of you have rendezvoused basically in the kitchen as Bam Bam is pouring some, I would assume, whiskey, or is it gin?
Whiskey? Who fusses around with gin?
Tommy pours himself a whiskey and a couple of shots and sees Grace come in, slides the glass over to her, pours himself one, puts it back, glances at the dishes in the sink, and moves back into the living room to avoid possible embarrassment on Grace's part.
Oh, she could care less. When she picks up her glass, she kind of gives Tommy a little salute with the glass and takes a good swallow. Doesn't chug the whole thing, but... And she will follow him back out. Take a seat on the couch.
Glancing at a couple of things that he recognizes from his reading in the dime novels kind of around her apartment, he'll just make note that, oh, wow, that wasn't just fiction on that part. Okay, interesting. After a moment of pause and savoring the whiskey, Tommy, not looking at Grace, will say, yeah, I haven't been sleeping good either.
What's been on your mind?
Oh, things. From the past.
Yeah, at least it's your past.
Things have a way of haunting you. I kind of take it out on the bag and it usually works. Last night it didn't.
What's going on? What kind of dreams? It's not like you to be so quiet, Bam Bam.
Takes another drink of the whiskey. After you shot me, and I went in the pen, that's kind of when all this started.
Oh, so it's my fault.
Not saying that. Let's just say some of the things I have nightmares about, I read in those dime novels.
Those? I point to some on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So, what are we doing today to get our minds off of things? If you were one of the fellas, I'd say, hey, want to go see some of the girls or something?
Oh, Bam Bam. And since I'm not, what are you going to say?
Want to go see some of the girls or something?
Well, that letter you brought me is kind of telling me that I need to go back to the office.
Everyone's favorite reporter?
Everyone's favorite reporter, photographer, and
Extraordinaire.
yeah. And what's the term I'm looking for? Street
Journalist?
Street journalist. Yeah. Dale Duchess and Emmett Jazz Cross.
Yes.
All right. Where do you want to meet them at?
I will meet them at the Truth and Alibi Speakeasy. That's the word I was looking for.
So you walk in there, and it's the like we said, it's still early early afternoon, so the lunch crowd is kind of vanished, or is vanishing in regards to the people that are here, and so the activity levels is pretty light, and
It's perfect.
yeah, there's no musicians or anything going on up on stage at the moment, but it's pretty easy to spot both Della and Emmett over in a booth where you've met them there several times before, and they see you and wave you on over.
So he's got his bag, of course, like he always does. He's probably only his camera this time. He doesn't need two cameras with him anymore, luckily. And inside it is a second smaller bag where he keeps all the photos. He's sitting down, he's fishing in the bag, and he pulls out the shots that he's taken so far, both his and Mumfrey's, in this case.
Irving, how are you? How are you?
It has been a crazy week.
Well, I think that's probably going to be a good thing for us.
I'm hoping it's going to be a good thing for both of us in this case.
I like the sound of that. So, looks like you're pulling some stuff out of your bag. Tell me and Della, what do you have for us? First of all, Irving, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Do you need something?
What time is it?
Well, it's probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Is that late already?
Yeah.
I've been losing track of time a lot lately. There's just been so much going on. Okay. Yeah. A drink would be good.
Okay, yeah, a drink is all right. With Emmett, he just kind of, you see him, he raises his hand and he gives that drinking motion and kind of does a little circle around all three of you. Della says, "You've been losing track of time. Are you okay? I mean, everything's all right, isn't it?"
I think I've just been working too hard. There's been that whole, alley cat killer thing going on, and a couple other things that I can't really get into, and you'll see. I've got some good shots.
Yeah, the alley cat killer is dreadful. It's dreadful.
It's
scary, and those poor people, they've died, and you're looking a little peaked as well. Are you trying to chase this thing down? I suppose get some photos of it, huh?
Of course.
What did I tell you, Della? He's busy, and he's always got stuff going on. This is good. This is why we like his photos. This is why we keep using his stuff, because it's always good stuff.
Best stuff in town.
The server comes by, drops off some drinks.
Thank you.
It's just some seltzer water with a couple of pieces of fruit in there to give it a little bit of flavor. Sometimes they like to sneak out the hard stuff, but they won't usually do that until at night, and unless it's their favorite customers. And during the daytime like this, I think they're still a little nervous about things like that. So
that's understandable.
I apologize if it doesn't taste good,
No.
but it's not our fault.
Why risk it this close, right?
Exactly. So okay, so all right. Do you want to chat a bit more, or do you want to just get right down to the tax at our brass?
No. I want to see. First off, I have rent coming up, so I need you to see these photos.
Well, you've already come in here and you're talking about rent, and so you're thinking we're going to buy them automatically. I guess it's a good thing we brought the check. Okay, so let's see what you.
Well, first things first, the normal stuff. I got these off of a compatriot, and he's gonna bring out the photos from Mumfrey's, the illicit ones, and he's going to just sort of spread them out in front of him.
They both just lean over and start poring over the photos.
Unfortunately, I don't know who they are, but it kind of rings a bell, but I can't place it. So I was hoping maybe you can find out who it is, and I'm sure there's some story there first to where I found these.
Della puts her hand on top of your hand as you're kind of pointing around. She goes, "Oh, Bobby, there's a story for sure. Yeah, this I won't give names. This gentleman here, that's not his wife."
I suspected as much.
his wife is much older than that, and that is not his wife. And I know they have kids. That's definitely not his daughter. Oh yes, this is this. We may have to do a little bit of dig. So your compatriot took these photos, you said?
I did. Did you ever work with Mumfrey Teller?
You see Della, her face kind of scrunches up, but Emmett's like, yeah, I think, yeah, I don't want to say that we've gotten a few pictures from him from time to time. Yeah, I believe so. He had his stuff was fine.
Right, his stuff was fine. Did you know he got killed the other day?
You know, that's right. I thought I had read that in the paper. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Did you know him?
I did, but sort of a friendly rivalry sort of thing. Always trying to one-up each other, right?
Oh yeah, sure. No, I understand that. No, I have lunch with the editors over at the Tribune often. Yeah, friendly rivalry is a very good way to say that. Yes.
So,
yes,
I happened to come across his last shots, so to speak. These are from his camera.
Oh, you got his camera?
I did.
You see Emmett he looks around. He leans in with a whisper. He says, "Wait a minute. I think if I remember from the paper, it said that he was murdered. So how did you come to get his camera?"
All right. So a little background. Irving actually trusts them a lot. They're actually good friends. So
and they trust you.
And so he would. So I just wanted before I just go blurting out these secrets. I want to make this clear. These are friends, and he trusts them.
Yes.
So I was there when he got killed. We were both chasing the alley cat killer at the time.
Are you saying that the killer got him?
I'm saying something got him. And after we take care of these photos and maybe a couple others that I got over the past day or two, I maybe can shed a little more light on that. And I'll tell you, it's a big scoop.
This is a very big scoop. Have you shown anyone else these photos yet? I mean, like anyone in the cops or anything?
No. No one that will give away anything. It was only me looking up a couple leads to try and get some more information on what's in the photos.
All right, I see. All right. He also pats your hand. You better take care of yourself. Okay, so you want to sell us?
I have these.
Yes.
And then he's gonna fish.
Honey, we'll take these photos.
And I'm gonna take out the celebrity ones that I had taken over the past day and a half to help fill in case the other ones don't sell. These are. I mean, they're good, of course. I always do good work, of course. But they're not the main prize. So then he fishes out these two here are from the night that Mumfrey was killed from my camera. And I'm going to show him the two pictures that I took of the creature.
Okay, so now I mean, we've been doing business for a long time, Irving. We know each other very well, and we've bought a lot of your photos, and we've had you over for Seder. And yes, so you do good things, but then you put these photos here with this blurry thing on this? I mean, what is this? I don't even know what am I looking at here?
Can you see those fangs?
Those are that details there. This is
yes.
It looks a little scary. Yeah, that's it. It looks a little scary.
You see, the thing is, that thing is the same thing I saw on top of Mumfrey's body.
And it was blurry like this? On top of his body?
No, it wasn't. No. Of course it wasn't blurry like that. Well, hold on. Let me show you. These are the final shots from Mumfrey's camera. I'm gonna pull out the other creature shots that from Mumfrey's and put them on the table as well.
Dead man's camera, so sad. All right. He's blurry too. What? So why do you think it's so blurry?
Maybe it's something that just can't be caught on camera.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no reason for the rest to be all blurry and have those, like, look, you can see little claws there. Well, maybe not so little, but claws there.
Yes, and I can see. Oh, look here, honey. Look, I can see him in this photo here as well. Yeah. Yeah, together with your photos and with his photos, it definitely is.
And we don't take bad photos. We do our best.
We know, of course. Yes, of course. No, it creates a kind of a mysterious sort of tableau. And really, Emmett, these are the best photos I think that anyone has gotten of the alley cat killer. You're right. She looks around. This is definitely a scoop.
I know.
This is definitely a scoop. All right.
And to be honest, it's almost better that it's blurry. It lets people's imaginations run wild. You'll see those shots. And you start off with the one that just shows very little of it on the cover. People are like, they need to know more, and so they'll buy the magazine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I absolutely understand what she's. Oh, look at this one. And Della leans in and she says, "Look," and it's one of Mumphrey's photos. And she says, "Oh, look at this one here. That almost looks the way it's positioned there. It looks almost like it's a little bit of a shape." And you lean in, Irving, and you look where she's pointing, and you see it's in the blur of one of Mumphrey's photos, and it's the one where it's coming at him, and you can see one of the symbols that was in the crime scene photos that you and Miles had looked at earlier, and you see a matching symbol.
I'm going to pull out a notepad and quickly sketch that down. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, I mean, it's just probably a trick of the light, but it almost looks like a little funny little shape.
It looks familiar. I might have more for you on that at some point, but I can't talk about it right now. That wouldn't be right.
So you're saying that this might actually be something else?
It might be, but I'm not sure. It could just be me imagining things. You know how it goes, especially with the blurry shots like this.
He does like to imagine some things sometimes. All right. Okay, so all right, so you want these ones here. You're looking at these ones, and then of course these ones here. The
whole thing.
The whole thing.
Untouched. No one else has seen them.
He's gesturing towards you. Not a problem. And he reaches into his suit and takes out his checkbook, and you come to an agreement on a pretty good price. Unless you want to try and negotiate for a little bit more.
No. I don't negotiate with him.
He gives you a pretty fair price as far as that goes. And the negatives. If you got the negatives, or are we going to get the negatives with this? I mean, because I'm happy to pay for these, but I don't want to see these photos go and see. And I don't want to see them in the Tribune. Remember the rivalry thing?
Right. I can get you. In fact, he pulls out a container with the negatives for the slub photos and for the indiscretion photos. He'll pass those over. I have to do some more work on the blurry ones to try and follow up a couple leads. And I can, if you don't want to pay me, that's fine, because for these until I get you the negatives. But I need to look into a couple things. I might need to blow up a couple shots in order to get some more information, especially now that you pointed out the thing on that photo there. And maybe I'll even be able to get a bigger scoop or a better shot.
No. You're good for it. You know we're good for it. It's we'll find you. We'll find you.
Okay.
Are you all right now? Are you all right?
This whole, finding a dead body in the alleyway, and it's a friend, and this whole creature thing, it just gets me a little on edge sometimes.
You're in a dangerous business, especially with this. I mean, this is a killer. It's a killer running around the city, and you're trying to find it. That's not. Sane people don't do that, son. They just don't. They don't do that.
The people looking for the truth, they do it.
See, there's the answer. That's the answer. That's what drives you. The truth.
That's right.
The truth. And maybe someday you'll even be able to prove the truth of those tales you used to like to talk about when you would come over for dinner. Your ancestors or whoever he was, the one you said could do the magic things.
Yeah, that... Don't worry, truth always comes out in the end. They'll see. Till then, I'm more than happy selling you these.
And we're more than happy to pay for them. Do you have plans for dinner on the weekend?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, if you've got the time, you know our number. You can give us a call, and you can always come over.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
You can always bring your friends. You always talk about your other friends that you hang around with. They're more than welcome to come over as well. You said one of them was a private detective. I'm sure that she'd be very interested in these types of photos. Who you don't know. Bumfrey could have been working for that. She's a lady, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So who knows? She may have been working for her, and now he's dead, and now she kills them the photos. Now she doesn't get paid, and you end up getting paid. So don't tell her that you got these photos.
You make a good argument there. I'll bring her by. Maybe who knows? Maybe you have the information she needs too.
You never know. I'm not one to put people in communities and things like that, but we know a lot of people within our community, and they're always kind of doing kind of strange things. So don't tell him about that. I'm not going to tell him about Hellsberg. He's fine. He's just gone. That's all. He'll be back. It's okay. We didn't even know. You didn't know what's going on. I know I don't know what's going on, honey, but I'm not going to. That's why I'm not going to say anything about it. We'll continue this conversation later. Irving, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure working with you yet again.
Stop by anytime. If you need anything, you know where to call.
Of course. Make sure you get yourselves a good drink when Prohibition ends.
Of course. Only a couple more weeks. We're getting very excited.
I gotta go. I got some more leads to follow.
That's fine. You do that.
And Irving hops up, finishes his water, and is scooting out immediately.
And now, some wondrous words of wisdom about products to make your life better.
All right, 30 seconds. Start the clock. Do you want to go on grand adventures? Do you long for a soundscape beyond your apartment? Does the crushing burden of capitalist society grind your dreams into dust with glee? Then 1 Hour One-Offs is the dream fixer-upper for you. An hour's worth of uncut escapism awaits in every episode. Vibrant adventure, chilling suspense, egregious buffoonery, and all in enough time to wash your cat. Yes, 1 Hour One-Offs stroll across stars, ride against dragons, dance with vampires. Free now at all podcasting locations.
Well, time to get back on the case. Or maybe the case is going to get back on them. Either way, you can guess it won't be neat or tidy. Alright, that's enough for now, so shake a leg till next time. But just so we're clear, the part of Grace Gunn was played by Jill Rich, Irving Holt is played by Brad Smith, Tommy Bam Bam Prue is played by Brent Rich, and the boss in charge of this clip joint is Chris Hussey. I'm E.I. Wick, and remember, taking a wooden nickel is less trouble than a ghost rock dime.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Hexaco Mystery Radio Hour. This game references the Savage Worlds game system, available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle, and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings, and unique characters, locations, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Leaving a 5-star review of this podcast not only helps everyone here at the Hexaco Mystery Radio Hour, it's also your civic duty. When doing so, please search for Fear the Boot Actual Play. Hexaco wants to remind you to make your car run like magic and always use great Hexaco products. Until next time, I'm Silver Sterling, reminding you to always keep one eye on the shadows.